And then I would just say, do a little tiny kick like this, and come back down. So it's just practicing bouncing like that. So it's practicing the kick, and the hands just stay right on the beam. And it's usually with mats on a low beam, because they're gonna fall on this a bunch too.
Is it beneficial if they don't have that form and they can't do needle sticks, but you have, like, you know, 5-year-old boys that want to do donkey kicks, even though the form isn't right yet?
I think it is. I think it's beneficial. I think it's okay for them to do it. I think I would just try and remind them. Well, now see if you can do it straight legs.
Okay.
So I'm not against like moving on unless it's perfect, or like I'm not.
Until they. Yeah.
I just think if they're moving, because obviously you don't want the kids to get bored, so you have to move them on sometimes. But if they're doing these tucked handstand things, then that's fine as long as they're safe and you can say, oh, now try and do it with their leg straight. Try and remind them, because we still have kids who are at higher levels who can't do things perfectly, and we're constantly reminding them. But it's that reminder that as long as we don't forget to remind them, and we're not just letting them go on per se, that it's okay. So yeah, I think the little donkey kicks, and that's basically a variation. Obviously, her form's great, but that's like a perfect.
I love the straight leg hop version.
Yeah, and it's just little hops, just practicing, and then it's just practicing that same thing. And then I would go do the little hops. I would say, put your hands down, do 3 hops, and then stand up. So 1, 2, 3, and then stand up. And it's trying to get her, no, she did it that time where her arms went out. That was a little harder. So I'd be trying to get her reminder, oh, try and get it with your arms up, or putting bean bags in there. So it's practicing that. And it's a very safe kind of way of practicing it, and you're going to get a lot of good things out of this. Because that's going to teach her how to do it. So. And it's going to teach them how to do handstands and things like that. Now, if you're taking this, it's so if, say, because sometimes it happens, where all we have is like the high or something that where you have to spot. What I recommend for spotting is come up here, is when you spot on beam, it's really important to be like right there, like right here. This makes them feel pretty comfortable. And when you spot any sort of inverted skill, you're going to, generally you want to put the hand that's closest to them on their stomach. Okay, and then she's going to put her hands down, just don't kick up, just put your hands down on the beam. And as her hands come down, you're going to put your hand on the back. Right now I have her pretty much entirely, like I can control where she's going. And then kick up the handstand. Or that way I've basically got her. And she's pretty solid here. And if she falls this way or this way. The other thing to make sure you watch out for, Ison's going to get really tired, but the other thing to watch out for, if they are falling off the beam, is to actually assist them off the beam. Like, don't try and pull them back onto the beam, because that's going to hurt. So if they're like, whoa, falling off, just assist them off the beam. And hopefully we've done enough on the low beam where you practice maybe kicking up and falling off to the sides, where they're used to that a little bit. So yeah, but I would always recommend standing to the side on beam. Now if you're talking walks, so you'll get kids get up there and say, oh, you have these high beams, and you've got this little intro class, and all they're up there and pretend you're scared. Okay, all you have to do is do this. And they're going to be totally fine. You're like, okay, this is great. And then that way, if they fall too, you can actually kind of pull them to you, or you can help them out. And I always have this hand out here too, just in case anything weird happens. But if you're holding onto their hand, they're going to walk fine and they're balanced. And then you start to do.
Did you make it across the slack line? She's like, yeah, 2 times. And I watched Abby. Abby couldn't make it across, and I was like, she said, all I had was the tip of Lizzie's finger.
Yeah, and that's what you start to do. You start to pull from a hand to a finger to a, I want to be right here and just touch my hand. And so, but it gives them that confidence. They start gradually building. And really, until they can do some of that stuff on the high beam, there's no reason they should be doing actual skills on the beam. It's okay to practice jumping off and stuff, but until they're pretty confident just walking across the beam, I wouldn't put the kid upside down on the beam, on a high beam. On the low beams, it's okay. But on the high beam, that's just asking for trouble. So that's how I would spot like anything like that. Now, if they're doing turns or pivot turns, yeah, so do a pivot turn.